Yes.
Good. Hi, I'm Tristan Carlson,
I'm Yianni Skoullis.
and together we are Golden Geese Engineering. And today we're going to be talking about our senior design project about the Yellowstone Airport RV Park. And in the photo, our right is our sponsor, Jeff Cadillac, me, Tristan Carlson, in the middle, and on the left, Yianni Skoullis.
So the purpose of our design is to provide livable accommodations to the seasonal summer staff. So currently is no accommodations for the staff where they have to find living arrangements elsewhere. Our sponsor Jeff thought of the idea to use the empty lot as an RV park because of how the staff asked Jeff if the airport has room to hook up their RVs.
So the current site conditions, the rectangle in blue indicates the lot that Jeff is talking about for the empty lot. It is very flat land that is located right next to the tarmac. There is water on site, but because of health concerns, it is not being used. There's airport structures in close proximity to the airport, or actually to our site, being the new terminal that they are constructing now. There's a dense number of trees in the lot because it is a forest environment. It is not connected to the city sewer lagoon, and there are no water connections on site besides the well. And there's no water surface nearby, so containing the construction process will be fairly simple because there's no surface water to carry contaminants outside of the construction zone. And there is a wildlife fence that surrounds the entire airport property, which includes half of our property.
So the figure shown provides locations for the sewer and water lines for the proposed life station. So the airport is switching to get their water from the utilities and connect their sewer with the city sewer lagoon. So this document helped us design the placement of our sewage and water connection and as well as calculate the total lengths of our lines.
And for design criteria, Jeff wanted to have water sourced from the city source. He wanted to have a connection to the sewer lagoon instead of using an on-site septic tank. And we needed to ensure that the airspace analysis was done so that there's no obstructions to aviation in the form of radio or visual obstructions. And we need to make sure that the FAA or Federal Aviation Administration gives approval for the project as they oversee the entire airport. We also need to update the ALP or Airport Layout Plan because we are changing the layout of the airport. We also need to do an environmental impact study, or statement rather, because we want to make sure that we are not impacting the environment in a major way. And we also want to remain within a $100,000 budget, as that is what Jeff Cadillac estimates the FAA would give to the airport for such a project. And continuing on, we also want to make sure that it can be built for a long-term business plan so that the airport can make revenue on it later down the line. We also want to make sure that it is environmentally friendly because we are next to Yellowstone National Park, and environmental concerns are very, very prominent there. We also need to incorporate the most amount of pads to the remaining budget after our sewer and water connections are established. And we also need to protect the groundwater table during construction and also in our design, as again, we are next to Yellowstone National Park.
So here's the plan view of our final design. So in designing our park, we first took a site visit and met with our sponsor Jeff, where he wanted the entrance to be in the northwestern corner of the lot. So for our final plan, we have a sewage and water hookup with power on each pad. So our design includes room for expansion. So if the airport wants to decide to continue with the winding road, or they can also choose to do an oval roadway if they want to. We also have room in the park for the northwestern corner to be a park, and this overlooks the tarmac and helicopter pad. And in addition, our water and sewage pipes also includes room for future facilities, such as a bathroom if the airport again wants to expand the park to rent out spaces. And our total design is going to be 37,101 square feet. So continuing, so the figure below shows the plan view of our water connection. And so the water line that we're going to be using is going to be 4-inch PVC and going to be 540 feet long. And again, this pipe in our installments has enough room for future installments to support a bathhouse, as well as able to fill up out of the spigot the RVs. So we're going to use a 3/8 copper inch water lateral pipe, as well as a 3/8 inch spigot for the RVs to fill up. And so part of our design include a roundabout. So with this roundabout, the figure shows enough room for the RVs to fully turn around if they need to go back to their pad, um, and where they have a 45-foot turning radius, which was part of the design requirement for this. In addition, we also thought about just in case the water spigot to fill up was on the other side of the RV, they also have turnaround to so the RV can face the right size to fill up as well.
So this is the plan view of our sewer connection. The main roadway leading into the sewer loop at the south part of our project is 34 feet wide. It turns into two 20-foot wide lanes, or not two 20-foot lanes, but one-way 20-foot wide roadway. It has a turn radius of 45 feet, and the pipeline continues on the left side of your screen for 530 feet. And there is a 4-inch hatch on the top of a concrete apron that slopes inwards towards the hatch to contain any spillage when the sewage is being disposed of from an RV into the actual hatch itself. And so this is our plan view of our pads. We have 3 of them, and we also have a 10 gauge cable that is 600 feet long, made out of copper, that provides an electrical connection to the 3 30 amp power outlets. And this provides the backbone to our RV park, being the electrical connection, because people are living here full time. This is going to be their homes, and so they're going to need to be able to have electricity to power their appliances and to live their life. So the pads are 20 by 40 feet wide. There's 4 inches of gravel on each pad, and there's 20 feet between the actual main roadway and the pad to prevent anyone from going off the roadway and hitting a stationary RV. And again, the roadway is 34 feet long at this stretch and for the entirety of it. And the electrical cable they're 2 feet underneath the ground to provide enough coverage to prevent any disruption from the RVs actually driving over top of them.
So for the roadway, we are using a gravel road. We decided to have a gravel road due to our budget constraint. However, we're going to have a 4-inch gravel road, and the total length of the road is going to be 780 feet long. The square area of our road is including the padding and turnabout is going to be 37,101 square feet. We're going to have 2 lanes, two 17-foot wide lanes for the roads, and each individual pad is going to be, like I said, 20 by 40 feet. And each of the turning radiuses is rated at 40 is has a turning radius of 45 feet, and that is due to regulations for the RV park.
The fence alternative that it wasn't included in the final design because we wanted to stay within a $100,000 budget, but is included in our final cost estimate because it might be a vital part of the actual park itself to prevent people from getting on the tarmac. It's going to be made out of chain link fencing. It's going to be around 8 feet tall to deter people, and it's going to be 2,235 linear feet long and span across the northeast and northwest side. Wildlife is not an issue with this fence because there is a wildlife fence that prevents wildlife from getting inside the park in the first place, and so this fence is purely there to keep people away and is indicated in the figure below by the yellow lines connected by the dots. For sustainability options, we need to keep the utility lines at the correct depth so that the water lines and the sewer lines don't freeze, and um, the electrical lines don't get disrupted by the RVs driving over top of them. We also need to keep the natural environment of Yellowstone National Park, so we want to do this by minimizing the vegetation that we take out when we go to clear the land for our use in our roadways and our pads. We want to make this again financially feasible for the actual Yellowstone Airport, so that they can make a return on this investment and then eventually maybe expand on it. And there also needs to be a maintenance plan put in place by the Yellowstone Airport to ensure that the park gets the life that the park wants out of, or the Yellowstone Airport wants out of it, so that they can make a return and potentially expand on the park itself.
So here's a table showing all our estimates for this for our design. Um, we used a contingency of 20%, and we used a 10% for mobilization and demobilization as well. So our total cost is going to be $127,073. However, part of this design, we did include the fencing, which, as you can see, costs about $26,000. So we are about $1,000 over budget, and we chose, and again, we want to include the fencing because it was important, but we didn't include it in our final design because with the fencing, we are over budget.
So these are references. Jeff Cadillac, our sponsor, and also the airport manager. The Morrison Merrily contractor, Travis Ekman, who helps Jeff in the new terminal building and helped us with the actual given data that was already there. Gary Fisher, our instructor for senior design, and classes and lectures and other documents given to us by him. And MDT for the standard specs and to be able to make special specs out of those standard specs, and along with different and other sources shown above. If you have any questions, let us know. Email us, and thank you for your time.